Hi everyone, this is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to spread the word about this channel, subscribe, like the videos, and tweet everything out if you can. This is 4th of July weekend. It's Sunday here in 2016, and this is a slow weekend, so we're going to do something a little different. But I will say this has been our best Twitter day ever. I mean, it's crazy. And I appreciate all the likes I get on Twitter. It's great. Retweets are actually better than likes, so if you're gonna like, maybe you'll want to retweet instead. I don't know. I appreciate it all, but retweets are actually better than likes. And I want to thank again people who have been sending Bitcoin, Dash, and I also want to thank the people who just view and send nothing. You guys are awesome, and I know people can't afford to give much these days. Hoard your stuff if you need to hoard your stuff, or just save up to buy Bitcoin. I know that the information that I'm giving out is going to help people, and it's just it'll come back to me, all the goodness. So I love the so-called freeloaders that other video people, YouTube people talk about. I love it. Freeload as much as you want, people. Get as much free stuff out of me as possible. The YouTube is fun. It's supposed to be fun, and I know the good vibes will come back. So we are gonna talk about something a little different here. I think it would be wonderful if a lot of states have investment funds. They invest money in all sorts of stock markets to get a return in order to fund the pension system, in order to fund all sorts of things. And they expect very high returns that they don't always get. It doesn't matter because they waste all the money anyway, these states and countries for that matter. And Vinny Lingham actually brought up how he foresees in 2018, or 2017 I think, yes 2017, that countries will start to invest in Bitcoin and compete against each other. But let's look at it on a state level, some of these state funds. I think it would be great if a state said, hey, we're gonna be the first to invest in the Bitcoin. It would be a totally awesome gimmick to get people to get attention to their state. And from experience, I know, and I haven't researched this on the economic level, but South Dakota should be that state. First of all, they like gimmicks. There's not really that much going on in South Dakota, so they built Mount Rushmore. That was a gimmick to get tourists to come to their state, and it worked out really well for them, actually. Also, I was in South Dakota in October, drove around, and it is flat, and there are a lot of farms, and there's also Mount Rushmore. But I was in the state capital of Pierre, and literally, you can park your car in front of the state capitol building and walk in, give yourself a self-guided tour. They hand you you can pick up a piece of paper, and in the state capitol building, there's the legislature is located in there, but the governor's office is right there too. I walked right by the governor's office of South Dakota. I could have walked right in there and pitched the guy on Bitcoin. I didn't think of it back then, but my point in telling you all that is it's a small state, or a small population, and if someone really wanted to, maybe one of you wants to pitch the state of South Dakota, be like how Doug Casey goes to African countries and pitches them to adopt the gold standard. We could get some people to go to South Dakota, just arrange a meeting with the governor and talk a little bit about Bitcoin. And you know, some of you probably think this is like a fantasy, but maybe I'm going to have to be the one that does it. I was in South Dakota and North Dakota already in October. How much more can I take? No, they're great states, but seriously, they're a state that invested some of its funds in Bitcoin. Obviously, it's a risk, so it would take some convincing. But to me, it's not a risk. I think the payoffs would be incredible. If they were to get in now, $650, maybe they could say, instead of saying, hey, we're going to invest in this Bitcoin fund, maybe they could say, hey, you can pay your taxes in Bitcoin, and they would only convert a certain amount of those taxes back into dollars again. Hey, I'm just thinking of ideas here. I know that if a small state, especially like South Dakota, did this with Bitcoin, A, it would pay off, B, it would get them a lot of attention. And who knows, it would maybe get Bitcoin businesses interested in South Dakota. Maybe then there'd be a lot of people contacting the governor. Maybe there'd be people who want to move to South Dakota because they could pay their taxes in Bitcoin now. The first state to do this is going to be awesome. And who knows how far down the line it is. I forgot to mention Vcash at the beginning of this video. We're supposed to help them out this month. Remember, get them on to Shapeshift. I'll be talking about that in future videos. So anyway, I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister. I hope you have a great 4th of July tomorrow, and I will talk to you later.